Hello, my friends. Welcome back. How are you? I hope doing okay. This is part 2 to our hummingbird video. So let's get right into it right where we left off. Okay, now we need to outline our hummingbirds in black. And I'm going to use alcohol ink to do that. So I've put some of my alcohol ink in this needle nose bottle. And we're going to drop that ink right in our little sections that we can put something in. And I'm going to do this one with you in real time, and then the next one I'm going to speed up so that we can save on time and finish them out that way. But I'm just going to talk you through this and let you know what I'm doing and what I'm using to do this hummingbird. And then I'll play some soft music and finish them out that way. But I like using alcohol ink to do this because it runs right through your design. And it's just less cleanup to me. And it's faster. But you have to let this ink dry completely before you even attempt to put any kind of dome over it. It has to be completely dry. I have to emphasize that. If you don't let it completely dry, it'll be a big mess. Okay, so I'm going to play some light music and finish it up. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and dome our pieces. And I'm just going to, this is my little turning thing I like to dome on. So I'm just making sure it'll turn and not hit anything. So I have some resin here, and I'm going to go ahead and put this dome over our piece. And I am hoping and praying that that ink is dry, because I am rushing it here. I should not be rushing it, but I am. You should not rush when you're using the technique of dropping the alcohol ink in your design. You must have time to let it dry. So I'm going to hope for the best here, and hopefully, I did lay it in front of a fan, so I'm going to hope that that ink is dry. So I'm just going to put this dome over here. Now, the dome is dry, and here's the piece, and it did mess up. Would y'all look at that? I am so sick. It happened on one of the flowers where the resin sunk down in the design and made that little dip, and then the ink floated to the top because I did not allow it enough time to dry. I am just beside myself, y'all. Oh, I'm sick. But we can't fret over it. We got to fix it, right? So, I went through a bunch of different options here. I'm going to have to take this flower here, and it's too big. So, I'm going to have to take the bottom leaves off of it. And we're going to set it right here over that ink splotch. Then, to fix the other part over here on the little pink hibiscus flower, I'm going to try to see if one of these butterflies will work. So I ran through many things here, you guys, and this is just what I come up with to fix it. And believe me, I went through tons of items in my craft room to place on our hummingbird, and I did not want to mess that sweet hummingbird up. He is beautiful, but you know, things like this do happen, and I'm glad it happened because I can show you what happens if you don't let the ink dry properly. This is what's going to happen. So, I'm not happy about it, but I'm happy about it. So, it's going to work out because you'll get to see what does happen and how I'm going to fix it. So, I think these butterflies are going to work. But if we just put one on there, it's going to look funny. So, we're going to have to choose two. And I'm going to make these out of spinners. So I'm taking my glue and putting a dab on the back of the butterfly. And then we're going to put a spinner on there and let it dry. And we're going to turn it into a spinner. And then I'm going to cut the leaves off of the pink flower. And that's what we're going to put on the big hummer to fix it. And there it is. So I'm going to set that to the side and let that dry. And then I'm going to pick another butterfly of a different color to put on another hibiscus flower. And we'll choose where to put that at. Okay, now we need to put something on the back to make our piece be able to hang up and to hang our hummers from it. So I'm going to pick out a few of these. I think the circular ones might look nice on the back of there. Yeah, let's pick out some of those and go with them. We're going to need 2 at the top for our chain that we're going to put on the top. And then we're going to need 3 at the bottom for our hummers to hang off of. I love making these, you all. I thought I would bring you on my journey of making this one because the last one I sold. And I wanted to make another one to, I sell some of my pieces up at a store where I live at. And I'm going to put this one in the store. Or I might save it. I think I might save it. And I may use it for one of our gifts for a giveaway. Is what I think I might do. Y'all are worth that to me. So I'm going to take my Gorilla Glue right here. and I'm going to put it on the back. I put me some little black dots on there of where I wanted my chain to go and my hummers to go. So that kind of mapped out where I'm going to put my hangers at. I'm not real sure of the name for these little things. I'm sure somebody knows and will drop it in the comment section below. But I'm just going to call them little hangers. And I'll have to think of a way to do the giveaway for this piece. So just give me some time and I'll think of something we can do to give this piece away. Okay, now we have our hangers on and they are glued on there. And I took the bottom leaves off of this flower. So that made it much smaller. And I think it's going to do just fine right there on that ink blotch. So I'm going to take my glue here. My favorite glue to use, my Gorilla Glue. And if you buy it, make sure you get it in clear, because I've made the mistake of getting it in white. And oh my goodness, it made a mess when it dried. Okay, so I got that on there. And I'm trying to hold it because it's trying to slide a little bit before it, I guess, gets a nice suction to the piece. So now it's staying there. Now we got our two butterflies here. I chose a green and yellow and a like a holographic pink. And I'm going to drop a little bit of glue on the back of that spinner. And I'm going to take my tweezers here. And I'm going to drop it right where I want it. And that's where that dip is at. And the ink came up right here too. So we have to place one right here. We don't get a choice in that. But we do get a choice in where the second one goes. And I think it's going to look nice somewhere on this green leaf right here. So let's go ahead and put that right there. Okay, that looks good. Now we have everything on there. Everything is dried. Everything is completely dry. Let's take a spin here at our spinners. Okay, they're working. Everything's good there. Now it's time to put our piece together. So I have made some chains already, so it would be faster for us. And what I done was I put these little, they're like miniature keychains on the ends of our chain here. See right there? They look like little miniature keychains. And that's how we're going to attach it to our piece. And these are not easy to do. Man, it took me a minute to get them all on there. They kept slipping out, and it just took me a minute, y'all. See, I keep dropping it. Okay, so I have it on there finally and run it through there. So now we need to get the other side on there. I can't wait to show y'all what we're going to do with this piece. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. If I can just get this thing on there, my goodness. Finally, I got it on there. Woohoo! It really, if you got a pair of pliers in your hand, it runs it through a lot faster. Okay, now I have this little clasp here. It's one of those keychain things. And I'm going to clip it through here. And the reason I use this is because it rotates at the top. You know, so if you want to hang it somewhere, it will, it has a 360 rotation on that keychain. So it will just keep spinning. You know, if the wind hits it, it'll keep spinning. Or a fan, not the wind. A fan. Okay, now our chains here, we need to attach to the bottom. So I have pre-made these for us, so it'll be faster. And I'm just going to run them through our clips down here at the bottom. And our chains are all 3 different lengths, because we don't want our hummers to be hitting each other. We want them to be, you know, different lengths so they can, you know, sway on the chain nice and not be hitting each other. Okay, so I have all 3 chains on there. So now we need to take our hummers and I'm going to go drill a hole through each one of their beaks. Now I'm back. I've drilled the hole. And I didn't show you me drilling it because I did have I don't know if she's a subscriber or not. I didn't check. But she said that I was going to drill a hole through my finger. And I needed to practice safety. So I just decided I wasn't going to show me using the drill anymore. You know, so I went and drilled those holes. And I'm going to run that ring through the beak of that hummer. And then we're going to take one of these cute bells here. They're cage beads. That's what they are, cage beads. Wire cage beads. I did know the name of that. And then I have these beautiful clay hibiscus flowers. Aren't they stunning? I love these flowers. I have purchased 3 bags of these, you guys. Okay, now we're going to take those and we're going to pick out some pretty colors of them. And then I'm just picking my colors out. I got a pink, a green, blue. And that's pink and yellow, like a dark pink and yellow. So we'll go with those colors. And we're going to take this this cage bead, and we're going to put the hibiscus flower inside of it. So I'm just going to squeeze it in there, trying to be really careful not to make my wire cage distorted. Okay, so I got it in there and it looks good. We didn't bend the wire or anything. Now let's get the other 2 in there. And then I'll show you what we're going to do with these. Now we've got the 3rd one here. Let's get it in our little bead. And they just roll around in there. It is so beautiful. I can sit there and play with that all day. Now we're going to take our little hummer here. And we're going to take one of our rings. And we're going to slide it through the cage. And then we're going to put it in that hole that we made on the hummer's beak. And then I'm going to close it up. Now look at that. Our hummer is carrying his hibiscus flower. I think that is precious. What do you guys think? Do you think that's cute? Now I'm going to put one on all of our hummers. Now I have all 3 of them with their own little hibiscus flower and their little wire caged bead. And now we're going to attach them one to each of their little chains here that I made. And we need to put a ring through the keychain part of our hummers. Because remember, the hummers are originally designed for keychains. So they already have that hole that I can run that ring through to hang it. So I'm going to get out 2 different sizes here because I'm not sure which one's going to work better. So I'm going to try the smaller one first. And that looks like that's going to work. Let's see. I'm going to hook it onto here and see if I can get it closed and see if it's got room to move. And if it does, then we'll go ahead and go with this one. Yes, that works. Okay. Now I'm going to go do the other two. Now I've got all three of our hummers put on their chains. Now we're going to take another hibiscus flower, and I've pre-made them already with the rings ran through them. So I'm going to open it up, and we're going to put one at the top of each one of them's chain. Right like this. And I'm going to go ahead and close it up. Sorry, I got out of frame there for a minute. I'd get back in frame. Okay, now, isn't that cute? So now I'm going to put one on each one of them. Here and here. I'm going to do the purple and the blue. Okay, I'm back and I've done that. So now I want to choose something cute to put on one of the chains. Let's do this coffee cup and the saucer because that's what I like to do when I watch my hummers. So I'm going to choose a perfect spot for this coffee cup and saucer on the chain. And we're just going to add one because we don't want to make it too gaudy. So now I'm going to clip that on there. Right like that. And there it is. I'd like to take a minute to thank all of my subscribers for supporting my channel. I'm truly grateful for those of you that have been with me from the beginning. I don't know how you endured all of that. You have truly seen my ups and downs and my oops, did I do that? I'm very grateful and look forward to more growth and sharing more of my shenanigans with you. Thank you all. God bless you. Bye-bye, my friends.